What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about The Flash issue number 26. This is a DC K.O. tie-in. That's why I'm covering it, because I don't always talk about The Flash. I do try to keep up with The Flash from time to time. I read the entire Rebirth run. I really liked what Jeremy Adams did with the book. And then I kind of fell off a little bit when Simon Spurrier took over the book. It just didn't really grip me as much as I would have hoped. So I kind of stopped reading it off my pull list, and then kind of checked into the DC Infinite app and just to kind of skim through and kind of recap what was going on and all that other stuff. And it seems like we're now kind of starting fresh again. So Mark Waid is one of the writers on this thing, along with Christopher Cartwell, art by, what does that say, Vasco Georgiev, colors by Matt Herms, and all sorts of other people worked on it. So we open up the issue with Wally West doing his Flash stuff, and takes down Alchemy, and then we go all the way back up to the Watchtower. We get a little bit of a recap of the DC K.O. events, which I've talked about already, so you can check out all that other stuff. Darkseid's going to try and take over the world. They have to form a champion, blah, 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 save the world. So as this is going on, Bart is there with Ira, and they're getting ready to kind of go off on a little joyride because, well, it's kind of boring up there in the Watchtower. I mean, Impulse is Impulse. He can't sit still for 5 minutes, but Superman kind of stops them in the moments, and he was kind of mad about that. But we also see, what is that, Max Mercury, the Atom or whatever there. We also have some stuff going on, and Bart thinks, why don't I just go back in time to when Darkseid gained all that power and take him out? And he decides, okay, I'll do that. But then the Flash kind of goes after him, Wally that is. He's like, oh, shoot, people already forgot who he was. Goes through the time stream right at the DC All-In event that was happening there. And they think, okay, we'll just take down Darkseid now and stop this whole thing from happening. But Darkseid, it turns out, was tricking them. He was everything, everywhere, past, present, and future. He is all, so he's at full power right there, and he is just kicking the crap out of them. He's even infecting some of their core good memories, like, say you won a game of Monopoly, you're going to lose that game, or you were going to take down a bully, you got beat by this bully, and it just kind of sends them cascading through time. And we really see the threat of Darkseid. It doesn't matter where you're at when you face him. He's just all powerful at all times. And that was kind of a neat reveal, because sometimes you think, why don't people just go back in time to just stop this guy from gaining this power? Well, they kind of found a workaround with that, because time is just kind of discombobulated all over the place anyways, and Darkseid's presence is cascading through the different eras, I suppose, if that's the way you want to explain it. And he's just all powerful throughout, and Bart and them were kind of set hurling through different times. They end up way back in the past, and when Bart's there, he comes across Max Mercury and the Legion of Darkseid on a cliffhanger ending. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff in there. I thought the use of Darkseid in here was pretty cool, to showcase that, hey, it doesn't matter where you're at with this guy, no matter what era, what timeline, he will take you down. He's just at the most powerful he's ever been. You really feel the threat level. So that's a neat workaround with it. I'm glad we actually got to see Darkseid in this thing, because some of the other tie-ins, yeah, they're teasing his arrival, but Darkseid isn't really in those issues per se. This one he definitely is, and he really the reveal of him just kind of they think they're going to stop him because he's like, oh, he can't keep up with us in our speed. Boom, he kind of knew they were would intend to do something like this all along, and showcasing his threat level right there. That was kind of a cool moment in there too. Artwork's pretty solid throughout. There's a bit of lightheartedness earlier on, but Bart's being Impulse just kind of makes some mistakes instead of just staying where they're all at. But he did have a good point. What if we did go back in time? But I guess Darkseid already thought of that, so I suppose you're screwed, Bart. But all in all, I like this one. I thought it was pretty solid overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next issue of The Flash and talking about it as a DC K.O. tie-in. So what did you all think of this issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, all that other fun stuff. I've got a few more DC books I'll be talking about, so look forward to all those. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.